What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode of Phenomenal Reviews. I'm your host, Nick Smith, and this is my review for the 18th episode of Gotham, Everyone Has a Cobblepot. Now, I think that episode 19, or they're going to go to 20 episodes, because episode 10 was the mid-season finale. Now, unless they're going to go longer than that, hey, that's awesome. I can't wait. But I'm honestly hoping that I'm wanting them to stop at 20, just because 10 was their season finale, and I think they just need to keep it like that. But you know what? That's me. So this episode is called Everyone Has a Cobblepot. And pretty much what that means after watching this episode is everyone has someone that they make a deal with. Like, for example, in this episode, Gordon makes a deal with Cobblelpot. Bullock is forced into a deal with Loeb. So, but we'll get to that. Trust me, we'll get to that. In this episode, it starts out with Bruce in the hospital and Alfred and Jim. Jim's still there being supportive, and they keep talking about how we're going to find this guy who did it. Do you remember anything? And Alfred's like, no, I don't. It was dark. I don't remember anything. It was so cold. And Jim has to leave because he's gotten 3 calls from his officer. But Alfred doesn't want to tell Jim. Alfred wants to go after Reggie himself. Alfred tries to get out of bed, but he's too hurt. And Bruce is like, go. You need to stop that. You need to stop. You've got to do this. You've got to stay in bed. You can't do it. And with all this, there's actually a scene where I don't think Bruce is at the hospital. I can't remember. Either Bruce is at the hospital or he's at the mansion. And Selina comes back. And Selina comes and shows support. She's like, I heard words on the street. I'm so sorry about Alfred. And Bruce is like, I can't lose him. He's the only family I've got left. She's like, what are you going to do? Are you going to go after the person yourself? Yes, I am. Bruce is determined. They are building so much on how he is going to become the world's greatest detective. And Selina's like, no, kid, you have no idea what you're getting yourself into. You are going to die. You've got to let the cops handle it. And then she's like, you know what? I'll help you. But Bruce is like, no, this is something I got to do for myself. This is family business, and unfortunately, you're not part of the family. He's pretty much saying this is personal. Leave it that way. And that was really good. But it also kind of shows how prideful, or not how prideful, but how stubborn Bruce is. But you know, it's Bruce. So with this, we get some more stuff with Fish, and how she wants to be the doctor's right-hand man. There is a deal made. She'll go back down there. They will be given more stuff. Like, they'll be giving better living conditions and food and water. But in exchange, she has to provide the doctor with pretty much sacrifices. Sacrifices for safety, pretty much. Which is really, really sad. Because the person who gets offered is the blind girl and the one person who's talked to Fish first. And he's like, Fish, what are you doing? She's like, I'm sorry, honey, but you're on a list. And he's like, no, I trust you. She's like, now, I said not everyone was going to. I said, now, not everyone will make it out alive. I promised you I will take care of you. My promise still stands. Some people are going to be sacrificed. Which really does suck. And also, another thing is the doctor isn't worried about Fish betraying him because she can't go anywhere. The prison she is at is on an island. Made me think of she's on frickin' Shutter Island. She's stuck there. And I was like, oh, dude, that sucks. So, with all that, they are pretty much setting things up. But we come to the episode in this episode, Flass has been released from prison. Gordon is pissed. As soon as he hears about it, he's like, what? No. Why is he released from prison? It's like, Commissioner Loeb set him free. And they are building on just how Commissioner Loeb is. How him and Falcone and Maroni have Gotham under their control. And here's how much control they have. How Flass got out of jail. They provided fake evidence from Harvey Bullock to get Flass out of prison. They threatened him with something, and this just proves how much control the underscum of Gotham has Gotham in its clutches. And it's really genius. This makes Gordon pissed off, but this is the final straw for Gordon. He's like, this will not stand. And she's like, what are you going to do? You going to go after Loeb? Yes. Gordon is going to go after Loeb, and of course Harvey's going to help him do it. Now, with this, we do actually get some more stuff with Edward Nygma. Nygma is actually going up to Miss Kringle, and he's like... This was a really touching scene, and it shows that Nygma... I mean, we already know Nygma cares for Miss Kringle, but he was going up to her, he was like, hey, so... your boyfriend Flass is out of jail. He's pretty much saying, I suggest that you break up with him and you go and find someone who's going to treat you much better than this. She's like, don't worry. Thank you. I broke up with him. You were right. He wasn't good for me, and that's really good. And he pretty much walks off. They are trying. Harvey and Gordon find Loeb's old partner, and they start talking to him. And they suggest that they go someone by the name of Shi Lu. Okay, I've already talked about that. Bruce is pretty much saying to Alfred and Selena that he wants to be the one who tracks down Reggie and takes him down. And Harvey Dent is back in this episode, which was really good because we get some more tag teaming between Gordon and Dent. And they even go to the basement. They threaten to bust them, and after pretty much the place gets a call, they run because they get chased, and Harvey saves them, which was pretty funny. He's like, get in! And pretty much this is Loeb knows that they're after him. And Harvey's interrogation from Loeb's old partner, while they're driving at like 60 miles an hour, he's got his head almost touching the ground. I was like, that's like Batman torture. That's Batman interrogation. Like in Justice League Unlimited, it's like, here's how you interrogate someone. And it just goes to his stare, and then it ends. And like the guy's all freaking out, and he's like, I can't believe I was ever this cold. And I was like, well, you're the Batman. You kind of have to be. So after this is where we find out who Gordon's Cobblepot is. It's Cobblepot. He goes and he asks him for a favor. He's like, okay, I'll help you, but in exchange, I get to look at the files, and I get a favor from you. No questions asked. And Harvey even talks to him. He's like, this is not a good idea. You shouldn't make this deal. And there's a point to that, because he's like, you know what? Everyone has a Cobblepot, and when you do that one really bad thing, and you keep going on, and you keep doing so many good things, and you think, oh, cancel it out. But he's like, unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. You will always have that one bad thing. And he's basically telling Gordon, he's like, I would be careful. And I would not have made that deal. He's like, you better be ready to take on what's coming with this. So now they are taken to this cabin that is where Loeb keeps all his files, and they run into this old couple. And they're like, can we see these files? And they're like, yeah, sure, we're police. Can we get a tour of the house? The woman goes upstairs, and he's like, she's gonna go get my keys. She brings down a freaking shotgun! And it's a gun war, and they both get shot. So after this, they go into a locked room, and they find out that Loeb's daughter, because Loeb is also... There's evidence against him that he possibly killed his wife, and that is something that they're going to hold on him. So when they find Loeb's daughter, which she's got a problem with her, she's a little slow, I think, or something like that. They find that his wife, or his daughter, has a necklace made out of bones. Gosh, this is so creepy. But now we were thinking, okay, he keeps his daughter locked up in here or else she'll tell. No, we come to find out that his daughter killed her mother. And he keeps her locked up in that attic to keep the cops from ever finding her. He's trying to protect his daughter. Which I commend him for that. It's still illegal, but I commend him for it. So, and they talk about, like, how do you make... She makes a necklace out of birds' bones, which actually this scene was pretty funny. Penguin was wanting to see the files, and he's like, "Where are the files? Here you go." He throws her in the room with her, and she's like, "Ooh, you look like a bird. I like birds. I was like, that is freaking funny. Because he walks like a penguin. She's wanting to make a necklace out of his body. I was like, that's pretty freaking hilarious. That's like my reaction after I watched Horns. What the heck did I just watch? Yeah, pretty funny. So, Gordon talks about what happened to her mother. Gordon goes to Loeb, and Loeb's pretty much like, all right, fine, I'll resign. He's like, no, you're not going to resign. He's pretty much going to use him as leverage. Gordon is going to use Loeb as leverage to take control of the city back. And it's a very, very smart idea. Flass is put back into prison. And Bullock is, of course, getting Gordon advice. Now, this, I thought, was the best part of the whole episode. So, the old couple is with Penguin, and Penguin's like, I unfortunately could only get one ticket to Arizona. And he's like, me and her have been together for years. We're not splitting up. She's like, how much was a ticket? He's like, I'll give it to you. I'll give it to whoever the winner is of Fighting to the Death. And the woman's like, no, wait. And the woman is killing her husband. I was like, oh my gosh, this is dark. And then when she wins, she's like, where's the ticket? Penguin has a shotgun pointed up to her. He's like, oh, there's no ticket. I just needed your help. I only have one bullet left. And he shoots the old lady, and the episode ends. And the episode ends with Fish looking out that she's on an island. I was like, oh my gosh, that is so genius how Penguin tricked them like that. I was like, this is so awesome. No wonder my friend Jessica says that this show should just be about the Penguin and the Riddler. It would be a top hit. It was really genius, and it was really cool. And I was like, oh man, this is just getting better and better. Yes, I like this episode. I have had no major dislikes with any episodes of Gotham. But guys, put in the comments below, who is your Cobblepot? What is your Cobblepot? Do you even have a Cobblepot? I don't have a Cobblepot. Do you? I don't know. Guys, hit that like button unless you're upside down. If you're upside down, hit the one that's... If you're upside down, hit the one that's right side up. Or not. But like that button, comment on it, tell your friends, don't tell your friends, tell your enemies, don't tell your enemies, tell your grandma, your grandpa, your parents, your not parents, random people. Share this video. Guys, this has been another episode of Phenomenal Views. I will be on top. I am officially now caught up with Gotham. Have a good day.